let me just tell you something I've been wanting to get off my chest for weeks and weeks, because I haven't made any content in this time while the Israel and Iran thing kicked off. And I just want to let you all know how much I hate the state of Israel. Just utter hate. And I was going to say I don't know what brought it on. I do know what brought it on. If you're active in politics in any way which isn't mainstream, you hate Israel, and you have done for years. And I've always thought it's ridiculous how that such a tiny lobby has such unbelievable control over America and therefore the rest of the Western world. But I felt a bit insulated from it, because only in America, with things such as dispensationalist evangelicalism, yeah, that's the right one, do you get it so utterly insane, where you get things like Shabbos goys, who just think Jewish people are genuinely God's gift to the world and must be worshipped. But if you pray to Mary, you're an idolater. I felt insulated from it. Okay, it's only in America that this is absolutely insane, so I don't need to worry too much about it. And then Nigel Farage. Things we can say about that man. I think he's been so attached to MAGA for quite a long time, for better and for worse. He doesn't seem to actually get anything beneficial out of it, other than he gets to say Trump is my friend, but then all he does is pander to the British media, and the British media says if you like Trump, you're a Nazi. So I don't know what he's crossing his own wires there. But before we get to Nigel Farage, the reason I hate them is so we know it's pretty obvious, and anyone who's even slightly radical would be willing to accept the fact that things such as the Iraq War and the invasion of Afghanistan were done for Israeli interests. And you can say, maybe I can't define exactly what those interests are, but you know what? It sounds plausible. When you know about how much AIPAC puts into the machine of America, and you say, well, could that have affected the wars of the last 30 years? You go, yeah, I could believe that. But it's never been like, Israel's at war, so America has to go to war. Until now, until 2025, when the political capital of Israel is at its lowest in history, when left and right hate Israel in a radical way that has never happened since it existed. And what happened was Israel attacks Iran, and then America attacks Iran on behalf of Israel. And I just thought that's the most blatant thing ever, because Israel didn't attack Iraq. Israel didn't attack Afghanistan, even if now I didn't see the reasons how at the time, but now I can go, that was obviously for Israeli foreign policy interests. And just to see Israel starts a war with Iran, and a few days later there's B-2 Spirit bunker busters, like classified, the most advanced piece of military technology in the world is over Iran dropping bombs on Israel's enemies. I suppose they won't actually say on the side USAF, as in United States Air Force. Why do they bother designating them as United States Air Force aircraft if they just go and bomb countries that Israel is at war with? I'm like, this is where we are now. It's not like it's no longer, if you think, these wars are Israeli foreign policy interests, then you're a kook. It's like, they're just saying it. They're not even, they're still doing the WMDs thing that no one believes anymore because the boy cried wolf too many times. But now it's just, now that Israel actively involved in the conflict, and then America comes charging in, don't worry, I'll save the day. You just go, well, what is the distinction between the US military and the IDF then? What's the difference? How is that not Israeli Air Force dropping bombs on Israel's enemy? Israel says jump, and America says, fine, I'll jump, but only half as high as you tell me to. So yeah, and then you think America's in charge? What? Absolutely insane. And I'm laughing now because it is unbelievably comical. But this time last week, I was furious, absolutely freaking livid. Actually, I don't even know. Had they bombed it last week? I know they did it on a Saturday. Maybe it was a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, they did it on a Saturday, so the financial markets couldn't react to it. It just gets better. It's just funnier the more I talk about it. And I'm really glad I'm finding it so funny on stream, because I always, even in my most angry, despairing state, want to turn it round into a white pill. So that the white pill is, if this is the most likely that radical regime change in Israel has ever come into existence. Is it going to happen? Well, probably still not, because they've got that absolute chokehold on politics and culture at the seat of the global empire. so they can still do what they want. But the fact that they were just so brazen to say America is going to do our bidding, and Donald Trump went, "Sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full. How many bombs do you want? Oh, you want 1 million? I'll give you 8." And then, if America's in charge, it says no. You know, does that make sense? Yeah. I don't know. I haven't heard anyone. I've heard lots of people saying this is ridiculous. We can't be going to war and blah blah. But how is no one? Maybe other commentators have said it. I've not heard it, but I've just not heard anyone say, "Wow, it's crazy that it's just mask off now. It's just mask off that America does what Israel wants, and there's not even this cloak and dagger." You know what I mean? Like I was saying with Iraq, it's not even that if you say Iraq was a threat to Israel and that's why America invaded. They're like, don't be ridiculous. Israel wasn't even at war with Iraq. And then they're at war with Iran and they get bombed by America. I like, just don't give me all this nonsense about their nukes. I don't care. It's besides the point. And I think as well, sorry, Kate, last thing before I move on. Didn't Trump say to Israel to stop fighting Iran so peace can take place? So yes, Trump learned a lesson far too late. This was the other thing I was going to say. On the public stage, he'd never had to butt heads with Israel before. I'm sure he's done plenty of it behind closed doors, even though he's accepted, $250 million from AIPAC? The behavior of Israel is like a spoiled child, like a child raised on gentle parenting. You know, the kind, I've never seen it in person, thankfully, but the kind of child in a restaurant who's literally like swinging off the lights, like smashing shit. Like, sorry, I'm trying not to swear anymore in videos. Smashing stuff up, jumping over the sofas, like running around, putting their hands in other people's food. And the parents are going, "Now, darling, it wouldn't be very nice if someone did that to you, would it?" That's been the relationship of Israel and the entire Western world since it came into existence 80 years ago. And do you know why? Do you know why that is? Why has that been the case from day one? Because the only reason Israel exists as a state is because of terrorism. Because Zionist terrorists were blowing up and murdering British dignitaries in the Second World War. And what does brave British bulldog Winston Churchill, "We will never surrender"? What does he do? Immediately surrender. Mr. "We'll find them on the beaches. Unless they're Zionists, so we will give them what they want." So we say, we don't negotiate with terrorists. Oh, they're Zionist terrorists. Okay, we'll give them half of what they want. We'll negotiate, but we won't give them everything because we're the tough guys. Mental. I've been furious and I've had to say it, and I've already taken up nearly 15 minutes of this. So Israel needs to be disciplined by a parent, and are they going to get it? Probably not, because Trump has learnt this lesson now after literally being taken for a ride and doing Israel's bidding and saying, right, okay, that's it, peace deal. Then Israel goes, "Oh, I'm just going to carry on attacking Iran and break the treaty. And what are you going to do about it?" It's like a kid, like if a 12-year-old were to like punch you in the street and they know a grown man's not going to smash a 12-year-old's face in. So they go, "What are you going to do about it?" They know that America's not going to send in the CIA and topple Netanyahu. I mean, hopefully they do. Maybe the first good thing the CIA ever did for world peace and America's own interests. But there we are.